Welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today I have a fun guest doing a Q&A with me. It's Logan, my husband. Alright, well, we're just gonna jump right into it. Logan has no idea what any of these questions are. I read through them just because I put a question sticker up on my Instagram, so I've seen some of the questions. I think the number one question that was asked the most was, since we just got married in August, what has been like the toughest or hardest thing to get used to? Or to, best and hardest things about marriage, kind of.
You answer it first and then I'll go.
Okay. I think the hardest thing has been just how little space we have. You know, like we're always together no matter what. Like we work together, we live together, we live in less than 500 square feet, and our whole house is basically one room. Our office is in our living room, and it's also in our bedroom and our kitchen. So there's like no separating at all unless you go to the bathroom, and the bathroom's this big. So I think that's kind of...
When we're sleeping, we hit each other.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I'm a very active sleeper.
Joy slapped me in the back the other night.
I didn't even know. Whatever. It wasn't that hard.
I punched the ceiling too a lot.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because the ceiling's like right angled right above Logan's face.
So I'll like roll over and I'll just like punch the ceiling.
I actually did that. I have got a little owie. Got a little boo-boo on my finger from, I was making the bed the other day and I was like, right into the ceiling. I think that's been the hardest part, just with like, we both like our alone time, and we both like...
What do you mean?
You like your alone time.
I don't get sick of you.
I'm not saying I get sick of you, I'm just saying I get sick of you. No, I don't get sick of you. It's more of just like, I like being alone for a period of time. So I kind of miss having like my own room where I like can close the door and just be by myself in a room, you know? But like we do pretty well with just like, if we put our headphones in and we just kind of like leave each other alone for a minute.
Well, and like I go to the gym, you go on your walks.
Yeah.
Like we're usually moving around quite a bit, so.
We do have our alone time, but still, I do miss having like my own room.
It was an adjustment, a little bit of an, not even that much.
It wasn't really, no. Like it hasn't been a big, like there hasn't been any like hard things about marriage yet. Like we still argue like we normally did, you know, just about like, I feel like almost like more stupid things. Like do the dishes and like those kinds of things, but other than that, like I feel like it hasn't been like a hard transition.
Yeah.
Best part about marriage is probably the same thing as always being around each other. Like before we got married, we were only seeing each other a couple times a week.
Mainly on the
weekends. We were kind of busy doing stuff during the week and just, you know, and now we get to go to bed with each other.
Well, we always we'll be driving home from like hang out with friends or something, and we'll be like, we always have that realization that we get to go home together which is like, like that's like the best thing. Yeah, it's especially when it's like a late, like we'll have like game nights with our friends, and like they can be pretty late. Like I think the latest we've ever been was like 2 in the morning almost, and we were playing games. And now it's like we get to go home together. Yeah, that's and it's nice like waking up next to each other and always being able to like cook dinner with one another. So I think the best part is always being together. Which is like the opposite of the first question. Exactly. So just being able to like run our business together. That's really nice, being able to like work side by side.
Yeah. And, like, it was kind of hard before because we would have to like communicate.
Yeah, we'd have to like separately, send photos like, over it was just and stuff.
Kind of a difficult thing.
Yeah. So it's just made it easier.
Yeah. Another thing is places we want to travel, or like our favorite places that we have traveled to. You go first this time.
Places I want to go, I would say my dream trip is to go to Greenland on like an Arctic ship for like a month.
Like the exact opposite of what I would like to do. I'm like, I want to go to the beach and I want to lay in the sand and get a tan.
Well, I want to explore like...
I would like to do something like that if it was with you. But
yeah. I want to explore like Southeast Asia more.
Yeah.
Like more in Thailand and all those spots.
Like Japan and those kinds of places. My number one place I want to travel to is Greece, and that's what we were planning to do for our honeymoon. But because of COVID, we decided to push it off. And we've been saving, like hoarding our Sky Miles for this trip.
We have a free flight there.
Yeah, free flights there.
When we're ready. When we're
ready. And so we're planning to maybe go next summer. We just want it to be like super, like COVID is not existent. Like we don't want anything to be closed. We don't have to like wear masks or anything. So hopefully maybe by next summer, it'll be like completely normal.
Well, and if we use our Sky Miles from Salt Lake to Greece, that's a free flight, and then
it's just like a 2-hour boat ride to Italy.
Yeah, so then we'll go explore Rome and all that stuff.
Yeah, Italy and so we'd love to do like a solid, like an almost like a month-long trip of like Greece for, you know, a few weeks and then go to Italy for a couple of weeks or something. Like we really want to like go all out for something like that. So that's kind of like our dream vacation. I'm trying to think of other places I'd like to go.
I want to go anywhere like Scandinavia, like Norway. Yeah. I would love to go back to Iceland.
See, and so Iceland was one of my favorites that we've ever traveled to. And also I got to go to Denmark with one of my best friends and her like whole family. It was the best trip ever. We went to Denmark and then we went to Sweden for a day. And it was so much fun, and just like Europe in general, or just like that kind of upper Scandinavian area is really, really pretty. So
more of that.
Yeah, more things like that. I'm like the cheesiest girl. I'd love to go to Paris. Like I want to go to Paris so bad. And Logan doesn't really want to go, but he'll go because I asked him to.
I'll go because traveling's traveling. Like, and it obviously seemed like the Eiffel Tower would be freaking cool.
Oh, well, yeah, and just the architecture in general. The food, though. Yeah. I mean, the pasta, the cheese, all of those things. Like, those are places that I would eat cheese for. Like, whenever I go on trips, I'm like, I go all out. I'm like, I eat whatever I want, when I want, however I want, and I'm like, stomach, you're gonna behave. You look down at my stomach.
I feel like I just want to go somewhere that gives me a culture shock. Like, I want to go to Africa really bad. Any place that is just completely opposite of what our world is, just for like perspective shifting and stuff.
Totally. This is a really good one that Brenna sent in, our good friend Brenna. One thing you wish your clients knew about you. One thing I wish they knew about me is like how honored I am that they chose me to take their photos. Especially if it's like a portrait session or like a boudoir session with a woman. Specifically, like for me, I just like take so much pride in making sure that I'm like a safe place for someone to want to have those kinds of photos done. And then to like hear their experiences afterwards, like I just feel so honored. And it's like, it's seriously just like, it lights up my life and it's just makes me so happy.
Well, and like to piggyback off that, like I think just like what we experience when we get to like look at the photos we took and like just like looking at some of the photos Joy took this past week, it's like the power of a photograph and we get to be the source of that. Yeah. So like we take pictures of moms with their babies, or Joy took some photos of their moms and their babies, and being able to Mother's Day shoot. Joy did a Mother's Day shoot and being able to like know that the photos you took for them will one day be looked at, 30 years down the line, and those photos will mean so much to these people.
Well,
involved.
And just like the priceless, like giving someone a priceless gift of like a tangible memory. That's kind of like our tagline for our Joy and Logan business is like tangible memories, where it's just like you have a moment in time that you get to cherish for the rest of your life, and you get to pass on to your children, your children's children. Like it's just like so cool, and we're always a part of like the best moments of people's lives. Yeah. And it's just like seriously, it's such an honor, honestly. Like anytime anyone books a shoot or a wedding with us, like, it is seriously like the most...
And on top, like, it pays our bills too.
So yeah, exactly.
It's so exciting to be part of something that
we love to do so much, but that also is like what puts food on our table, you know? So it's just, my number one thing is that I'm just always so honored, and it's seriously such a, like, I'm so grateful for clients when they book with us. Okay, moving on. This one is from My Favorite Murder, the podcast. They
sent in a question?
No, I wish. Oh my gosh. But this question is from their podcast that they answered on there. If you could shoot a liquid out of your fingertips, what would it be? Mine would be kombucha, I think. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I'm a kombucha fiend. So I'd probably just do kombucha. If I could choose like 5 different liquids to come out of all 5 different fingers, it'd be like kombucha, water, maybe like, oh, I don't know. Maybe like if it's a liquid, I would do like an oil or something, like a jojoba oil. So that way I could like moisturize myself whenever I wanted to.
It's like lotion.
Yeah, but like a really good quality jojoba oil, because jojoba oil is kind of expensive.
Well, do you ever run out?
No.
Is it unlimited?
Unlimited.
I'd either do water, or I would do like a really, really fancy champagne, or not champagne, like wine or something that I could sell.
That you could sell. Okay, that's a good idea.
So I could just always fill up bottles.
Okay. What are words you live by?
Live, laugh, love.
Absolutely not. I don't have like a specific quote or anything that I live by. I just kind of live by the gold standard of like, I'm literally looking at my my vision board right now, but it's be the energy you want to attract. So something kind of like that, where it's just like, I'm always trying to put out energy or be the person that I'm trying to experience in life, if that makes sense. So like, I'm just always trying to be as nice or as helpful or as whatever as I would like to have, like,
be treated.
Yeah, I guess. I feel like I could have said that in a way better way, but yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Mine, I read a lot of like stoicism type books or like philosophy books, and one of my favorite like quotes or phrases is, there's amor fati, which is love fate. I believe it's in Latin. And it's basically just like, whatever happens to you in life, just pretty much always have like an optimistic mindset about it. Which he's like the most optimistic person I've ever met in my entire life. Well, and it's cool because like, it's really hard to, you know, like my car died a month ago. Yeah, that was really sad. I actually cried about it because that car was like, we'd been everywhere in that car. Yeah, like I slept in that car. Like that was my shelter when I lived in California for a bit. So it was really like tough and it kind of sucked, but the way I just kind of looked at it was like, it just opens up the door for more opportunities in the future. Mm-hmm. So yeah, amor fati, that's one of my favorites. And I have a ton of others, but that's probably one of my top for sure. Also, I feel like words that I live by that I'm starting to get him to live by lately is kind of like living life right now rather than worrying about things in the future or worrying about like how we could have fixed things in the past, of like just more of like enjoying the fruits of our labor right now. Like, yes, we save some of our money and whatever, but like we're making sure that we enjoy doing things. Enjoying the journey, enjoying the process of life. Exactly. Like, I don't know. Because like everybody always says they'll be happy when they, you know, have a house, or they'll be happy when they have this or that. And we make sure to like appreciate everything that we have right now in this moment, rather than being like, oh, I can't wait until we have a big house or whatever, you know. Like, I love our apartment so much, and every single day I just like look at it and I just think to myself like, I love our apartment so much, and I'm so grateful for it, and I'm so grateful for this time that we get to be here and enjoy it and whatever. And so it's more of just like
always being in the present and being grateful for what we have right now, rather than we would be so much happier if we had that.
Yeah.
Okay. If you couldn't be a photographer anymore, what would you want to be? Honestly, I think I'd like to be something along the lines of like something to do with animals, but nothing sad. So I don't know what that would be. Maybe, honestly, maybe like a dog walker or something. Or like a professional dog sitter. That's like a thing.
A dog nanny?
Yeah, like I would love to just go and stay at people's houses for like a week and just like watch their dogs. Like I would do that. And I'd still probably want to own my own business because I don't like people telling me what to do. Okay, what about you?
I'd probably consider going into like special forces or like being a Navy SEAL.
I am literally like the last person that could handle being an army wife. I am the neediest person ever, and it just stresses me out. Like,
I for sure would own my own business, and I would probably just jump from different ideas until something stuck.
Yeah.
I'd just be a car detailer business.
Yeah, seriously, like I would do like small things like that where I would just be like,
make a business and then
honestly, maybe I would be a juicer. Maybe I'd open up my own juice bar or something. If you and Logan were forced to move out of state, but you could pick the state that you lived in, where would you live? Hawaii. Just like easy, simple.
Yeah.
For sure, like Maui or
Kauai.
Kauai, because we have friends that live on Kauai. We miss them so much. If you're watching, we love you guys. But yeah, no, easiest decision would be Hawaii.
If we couldn't do Hawaii, where would we go?
Oh, like Wyoming or something like that for sure.
Wyoming?
Yeah. If we couldn't live in our state, it would be like Wyoming or Montana. Probably Montana.
Can we visit our state?
Yeah, because we love Utah. Or like somewhere like Joshua Tree or something like that. I could live there.
Montana.
I would love like a desert, but Montana.
Montana would be.
We talked about Montana before, like possibly
just because there's nice clean lakes.
Yeah. How did we meet? Oh lordy.
It's a long story. Give them the Cliff Notes.
Okay, Cliff Notes version. It was 2013. I was a junior in high school. Logan had just graduated. He mass followed me on Instagram because he was trying to gain followers, because that's how you did it back in the day. This is before DMs were a thing and before stories were a thing.
Yeah, this is a while ago.
This is a long time ago. That's almost 10 years ago. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, we followed he mass followed me, I followed him, and I was like, oh my gosh, this cute like photographer boy just followed me. Logan posted a video, he had good music in it, so I decided to like make my move, and I commented and I was like, you should go listen to like this song by this band. It was Washed Out, by the way. And he commented back to me and was like, oh my gosh, I love them. You should send me your favorite music right now. And so I took that as he didn't really want my number, so I gave him my email because I was 16 and I was a little nervous to give my number out because you couldn't just like DM someone.
Yeah, it's really weird in the context now because now you can DM and have conversations.
Exactly, like a private conversation.
But it was just in
the comments section. It would have just been in the comments and everyone would have been able to see my phone number or his phone number. So I was just like, here's my email. I was also very awkward and I was just like, I don't know if I should give him my number, if he wants it, I don't know. And then we emailed for like a month and then we met up and went to Nightmare on 13th, which is just like a haunted house thing in October here in Utah. Yeah. And the rest is history. So yeah. Oh, if you could photograph any celebrity, who would you choose? Okay, I have two. Okay, let's pick alive and dead. Someone dead that I would love to photograph would be like Audrey Hepburn, or there's so many people that I would love to photograph too.
So many dead people.
I feel like this is so like, everyone would say this, but like Blake Lively. I love Blake Lively so much, and I think she's one of the prettiest people on the planet. Beyonce, or Lizzo. I'd love to photograph Lizzo. Oh, Brad Pitt. I'd love to photograph Brad Pitt.
Mine's like every dude answer, but mine's like Elon Musk.
Oh.
Joe Rogan. Matthew McConaughey, that'd be cool.
Okay.
Chris
I
Pratt.
could get down with that. Yeah.
Chris Pratt would be cool. I think like Bob Marley would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Or like
Johnny Cash.
Albert Einstein. Oh, Johnny Cash for sure. Johnny and June. Like, I would die to do
then you could do
like a couple's shoe with them. Whoa.
Well, there was a photographer that photographed Putin. That'd be crazy.
No, thanks.
Photograph like some crazy...
It would be cool to photograph like...
Could you imagine how scary that'd be to photograph like a dictator?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Let's stick with Elon.
Yeah. Here's like a fun little like one to leave off on. You've been married, you haven't been married for very long, but you've been together for a very long time. What's been the hardest year for you two together?
Probably when I was in Hawaii.
Yeah, that was like that.
The years that I was...
We had to do long distance for like pretty much like a whole year.
Yeah.
Logan had an internship
in
Hawaii and in California. And they were both around 6 months.
Yeah.
But there was like a break. Guys, we're in Paris. Live streaming from Paris. Well, our camera stopped recording, but we were saying Logan was in Hawaii and in California for about a year. And it was just really difficult because he left for 5.5 months, came home for 4 months, and then left again for 6 months. And so it was really hard when he came back and left again because it was like we got a taste of being like a real couple for a while, and it was really nice. And then he left again, and he also just wasn't having like the greatest experience out in California. He was living in his car, which was a Camry.
I was super homesick.
He was really homesick, and it was just really sad, honestly. I was crying every night on FaceTime with him.
Well, and the worst part is FaceTime just sucks, especially in
because
Hawaii.
he didn't have Wi-Fi in California for most of the time because he was living in his car. And so it would just like cut out all the time.
Well, in Hawaii is so far away, the FaceTime's terrible. Yeah. You can barely hear each other when you talk.
Yeah.
So that was probably the hardest like span of time.
Looks like I have a blackhead strip on my nose. Oh, hello. I'm a Parisian woman now, my dream. And then our next question was guilty pleasure TV shows, and mine are all of the Real Housewives franchises. I love the New York City Housewives, New Jersey, Orange County, Beverly Hills. And of course, Salt Lake City, gotta represent. But yeah, I love all of those shows. Me and my mom are Bravo fanatics, that's for sure. And then Logan's.
I don't really watch TV shows that much. I watch like tons of YouTube and like Twitch streamers. And then we mentioned that I just started watching, it's called Attack on Titan, which is an anime. And...
And we're live again. Sorry for experiencing some technical difficulties. Our camera hit its limit and it stopped recording. So yeah, Logan watches anime, he's weird. That's all she wrote, folks. Alright, well, we're gonna go eat some food now. See you later.
Peace.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Maybe Logan should make a little bit more of an appearance on here if you guys would like. He does have his own YouTube channel, so...
I'm pretty much always behind the camera anyway.
If you want more of Logan, go watch his channel, because this is my channel. You're here for me! Okay, love you all, bye! Subscribe, like the video, do all of the things. That was the worst high five ever. Ooh, that was a good one. Did that hurt your hand?
No.
Oh. Okay. All right. I don't like you watching me. Look away. I can't. Okay. things. All right. Welcome back, everyone. Your eyes. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right.